Okay, I know yesterday I dropped a video on my channel already mentioning what happened and over 24 hours later and it still feels like a nightmare. Like, I can't believe this is weird. But, okay, I just gotta. I feel like I gotta do a part two of this because when I made that first video, it was like. I don't know how long, but it was just less than an hour since I heard the news, and I just I'm still gonna keep that video up, but I also want to make the second video titled "Remembering Eddie Back," just uh, just to, as the title would say, remembering him and my history with him. I still can't believe it. Still can't believe it happened. I I don't even I don't even oh man I don't even know when I started watching CCL. But I think there was something that drew me to it, and I've always been a fan of like CCL and how much work Eddie put into it. And I could go on and on about how much I we did like CCL and stuff, but that's not what's important right now. I want to talk about the person. And okay, like I mentioned in the first video, me and Eddie, we didn't really talk that much. It was mostly for ideas for CCL, but I admit, uh, when I first talked to him in a chat, I was so nervous. Like when I first DM'd him after fighting him about asking if I could join CCL, I was so nervous because I kind of considered Eddie a legend in the core world. I don't think it was going to be looked down upon per se, but I was nervous because I didn't want to say the wrong thing. But after hearing what everybody, mostly Hakeem and Downtown Jason Brown mentioned, I don't think any would have actually looked at would have actually minded what I said. I sorry again. I just what makes it kind of like a little bit worse was I'm not gonna name the name, but Eddie's like Eddie was like the second friend who I learned died when I just woke up. But no offense to like that friend who died first, but this is hating the law order because again like both him and Eddie, I only like knew them as people, but I didn't know Eddie a lot. And but okay, not a lot, but you know what I mean. I'm always gonna like I always have like good memories. I remember when I first I can't remember what match it was. It was either my first match or my second match in CCL, where uh, I had this like promo, and part of my promo, I mentioned that Scotsman liked to fight, and then the next few seconds, Eddie like asked Ted Kid if that was true and stuff, and that guy gave me a chuckle. I Again, it's kind of audio, but another memory was okay. Yeah, it kind of. I'm not gonna mention what it was, but there was like this post involving a certain company, CXWI, and they'll out control storylines and stuff. Well, another memory I have of Eddie is when there was like this. He was asking about one of the storylines involving. Okay, I don't want to bring back any bad memories, but involving Lucario and Sorg, and that I mentioned, like I replied, I mentioned what happened, and Eddie replied with this really funny photo and said that I can't remember what it was. I think it was on the old call shoot account, but I can't. But I think it was sort of like that's why. Okay, I'm out, or something like that. I again, like I mentioned in FAO too. I admire Eddie, not just in his core programming, so how much work he put in, but he did kind of like. I remember one time in a chat of one of his videos. I think it was like a Royal Rumble. More than I think about it now, but it was like okay, I could be wrong, but Tina Armstrong was in a match, and I kind of mentioned earlier that she was in my fed GEW. Then a few seconds later, Eddie kind of mentioned that trying to get, I figured a way to help get my show kind of recognized, and I really appreciate that. That was why I mentioned the first video, even though I had nothing to do with me. I always like love the culture and like the house and stuff. I mean, but I really like all the guys there. But again, whenever whenever I kind of heard Eddie show up in the commentary, I knew somebody was in trouble, and somebody was gonna go for a lap. Okay, I gotta, I gotta, I gotta confess something. I mean, I don't know if he would actually mind if I actually mentioned this, but I have asked Adam if I could in the future do commentary with the house guys, but Adam said that was a while. He was just trying to find a like show and stuff, but it's still kind of stays because I know even if I do get that commentary table, I'm not gonna commentate with Eddie, and that's those things, and I don't blame anybody for that. Again, there's a okay. I meant something that I regretting deep down. I wish I didn't actually do this, but it's nothing too big. But long story short, there was a point in time when I was like giving Eddie more ideas for CCL, and his dad was spawned to me, and I was worried why he didn't was spawned. Turns out that was at the time that he had that help scale last year. Then after I learned what happened, I wanted to give him some space and not talk about how the CCL anymore. Well, no, for a while at least. Unfortunately, I have this really annoying habit of when I. A really annoying habit is if I have an idea in my head for a core show, it takes me a while to mention it to the owner. I don't know why, but and I never I never really DM'd him after the last few messages that I left the last time. Last time being those messages before I learned what happened. And that health scare last year, none of this happened. I feel like I wish I. Okay, keep in mind, I do think he did reply to one of my comments in that chat, and I don't think he actually minded that I did DM him that much. And also, I also felt like maybe I should actually DM him that much anyway because CCL was coming to an end. But none of this happened. But then, I wish I do have some regret as well. Like I mentioned before, like I mentioned many times, I felt like I was a friend to him, but I wasn't like one of his close friends, like in the VW. But I do feel like I was his friend. For a distant friend, but a friend nonetheless. And after I watched Hakeem's video on him, like he suggested, I watched Eddie's Cole Stars Hall of Fame speech, and I remember how just like Feedback mentioned, in that Hall of Fame speech, Eddie mentioned how he inspired people and inspire people in the core community, but also outside of the core, to also inspire the two-face outside of the core community. Well, he's inspired me to do face. Keep it short, he did inspire me. And I know this video is taking off. This video was got a lot longer than my first one, but like you mentioned, he's inspired me. He's inspired everybody in the community, and we've, like everyone's kind of mentioned, there's like a big hole in the community now, and it's gonna take a while to get over this. I don't know if anybody can really get over it. But I feel like in this time, you just gotta understand that even though it's gonna take a while, everybody will get better from this. But you know what? I'm gonna try and leave this. I'm gonna try to leave this video like the last one on a positive note. He may be gone in body, but in legacy, in memories, and in spirit, Eddie Mack will live forever. That's something that I know. So again, just gonna leave it here, but again, just want to say one more message. And that is, again, I want to say, thank him. Sorry, I'm having a little bit of problems trying to say out. I want to say thank you to Eddie, even though it was a short time. It was an honor to be a part of CCL, and I want to say thank you to him again for looking out for everybody in both car and real life. And I want to thank him for being the great person that he was. Like I said, like I finished saying in the last video, sorry I'm stumbling up on words. I don't know if I'm actually that healed as I was before, but I'll end this video just like I did the last video and say, Eddie, rest in peace, my friend.